Hello, I am author Eileen Stabel, author of the Cap Westgard Time Travel to the American Revolution series, and this is part 2, talking about how the murder of this woman, Jane McCrea, impacts the ability of this guy, British General John Burgoyne, in what will be one of the most important battles of the American Revolution, the Battle of Saratoga. So as we said, Burgoyne has a plan. He is going to march south down the Hudson, and he's going to get to Albany and cut the colonies in half. However, the murder of this woman ends up creating some problems. So, arguably, you could say he shot himself in the foot with his proclamation, which he made before marching in. Now, part of what Burgoyne believed was that there were a lot of people who were secretly loyalists or basically wanted to support British, but they were afraid to come right out and say it. And that as he marched in, they would come out in droves and support him. Not unlike modern day when Russia first went into Ukraine, and a lot of people, Russians anyway, believed that the Ukrainians were secretly on their side and would either not stop them or would even celebrate their arrival. And that didn't work for Burgoyne, and in part because of his own proclamation. So before Jane McCrea's death, which is in July, the battles of Saratoga are going to happen in September and October, he had this proclamation, and he's going to march in, and he wants to basically scare the people into anybody who's not on his side into not stopping him or not attempting to stop him. So this is what he says. Burgoyne intended to terrorize the Americans, proclaiming theatrically, because he was a playwright, "I have only to stretch the Indian forces under my command, and they amount to thousands, to overthrow the hardened enemies of Great Britain. Devastation, famine, and every," this was key, "concomitant horror that a reluctant but indispensable prosecution of military duty must occasion." However, the threat backfired. As word of his proclamation spread throughout the frontier, militia began forming. So people that maybe were on the fence before were either genuinely so terrified they thought, well, we better go do something, or were angry at the threats. So Jane McCrea is murdered in July. What is Burgoyne going to do? That will be part 3.